Hi there. Today I'm going to be showing you how to do pop-ups with geobase. So we have some data from Paris, which is in GeoJSON format, and it's the list of locations of different shops, fashion shops, and we're going to be loading that data into geobase. And here I have my project, and if I go to my project settings, I can grab my connection details using OGR to OGR connection, and I will use that to connect to upload the data to my geobase instance. And the way you do that is by calling this command. This string here you can grab from here. You can just copy this one, reveal it, and copy it. I'm not going to do that right now, but you can do that, and then that will load the GeoJSON into my tables here, which I've done already, which is here. And once you load the data, you can go to the tile server, and you'll also see it here. And you can see that this data contains an integer, which is the primary key, the name of the boutique, which is called boutique, the title, and then description, address, site. We can have a look at that data quickly, which is the URL, and then the URL of the image, and then finally the location in geometry. So back to my tiles here. If I select this and click on my integration examples, I'll get the initial template of the map with some display, right? So that's my vector tiles. And because these vector tiles are public, and they're visible through this anonymous key to everybody. And now start to maybe clean up this map a bit. So I'm gonna firstly just try and add pop-ups. So to add pop-ups, what we need to do is add an event listener that listens on clicks to this layer. I'm going to change this to be, we're going to be listening to the layer, and the layer name is over here. This is the ID of the layer. What we want to do is listen for clicks on that layer. So to do that, I'm going to just add a, and then here I can start to do things. So I can basically get from the click, I can get the feature and console log it. Let's just do that. If I click here, I get my ID, my details here, what I clicked on. So now we can use that to start doing things, right? Let's just say if we have a feature, then we want to do something with it. Okay, so what we want to do is create a pop-up. So the first thing I'll do is just grab all the attributes from this. So I'm going to grab the description, the image URL, the site, and then the address, and then the name as well. So let's just paste that here. Okay, so now I've got those values. I'm gonna basically create a pop-up based on that. And I also need the coordinates. So I'm gonna grab the coordinates because I need to put my pop-up somewhere. And so those will be in the coordinates. And then I can create my pop-up. So let's create a simple pop-up. Let's call it pop-up HTML. And it's just gonna contain some string, which is the HTML. And I've put in some classes for later adding to use to style it. And then I'm going to use the maplibre pop-up function to add that pop-up to our map. So let's do that. And for that, it's pretty simple. We just take the maplibre libraries pop-up function and call it with the coordinates and my HTML. So let me now click here. There we go. I've got my pop-up working. Now, obviously, it looks a bit strange because there's no good styling here. But we'll do that next. So let's go to CSS in order to style our pop-up. So in my pop-up, I'll add these two, pop-up card and then pop-up image. And if I zoom in now and I click on this, look, that looks much better. Now, if I zoom out, let's just double check something. If I click here, it still opens there. Okay. So the thing with projections is that this is something that we can study later, but map projections are not accurate. They need to make choices about where to cut off the projection. So if you zoom right out, you can see two of these, right? So that's expected, but it doesn't know which one you clicked on. It's just showing me the one it finds closest to the center of the map. And so there is a way to get around that. There's a little bit of magical arithmetic we can do to check where we clicked and then have the pop-up show up there. Let me just add a bit of code for that. So I'm going to just adjust the coordinates in order to put them near the click location. And so now if I click here, it should pop up here. If I click here, it should pop up here. That's much better. Click here, it should pop up here. In any case, we're going to also, let's fix up the bounding box, because when I reload this, it zoomed right out, and that's because we're basing our zoom on the bounding box, and the bounding box is over here. So we can change this to be centered on Paris and set a zoom level, and let's comment out this bounding box method of creating map, initial value of the map. So I'm going to just replace this one with this one, voila. So I've commented out bounding box, and now I'm on top of Paris. So there's my location. This is the Paris coordinates. Next thing we're going to do is we've just shown how to connect these this vector tiles to our map here. And let's also style these points so that they look a little bit better than this red. This bland. See, maybe we can make it look a little bit more nicer by giving it like a blue and a white color close to the French flag. So let's go to our style here, and I'm going to just replace the colors, inner color with the blue and then outside with the white. There we go. That looks nicer. That's our style, and we can also select a different background map if you want. We can create a dark map. Dark. That looks a little nicer with these dots. So that's it for me. This is how we connect geobase and vector tiles and just do a bit of styling.